Hello everyone and welcome back. Meat Department here. I'm so glad you could join me for another video today. So we are in World of Warcraft Shadowlands, spending some time in beautiful Ardenweald, as you see around me here. I queued up for this Mythic 0, Mists of Tirna Scithe, and this group accepted me as a Fury Warrior. So the comp in this group is Marksman Hunter, Subtlety Rogue, myself as a Venthyr Fury Warrior, a Brewmaster Monk tanking, and Resto Shaman to heal. So here we are right at the start of the instance, charging these little packs and hitting Condemn as much as possible, getting the Blade Storms in with the Recklessness, and just trying to maximize that overall output. I want to see what things are looking like at the end with overall, because Marksman Hunter and Subtlety Rogue are both really good classes right now. But again, it's also up to the gear level comparison, the player, and all that kind of stuff in the long run. So we'll see how we compare. Right now, the Marksman Hunter is tearing away on that particular pack right there. So we have a couple little guys right here coming up. Just a little 2-target cleave. As you see, we just gotta smash those condemns. It's really, Condemn is our bread and butter. It is our highest damaging ability, and a Mythic Plus, as long as you can tab target efficiently and effectively to get the most use out of Condemn, you could see it even more than 55% of the fight, and that's with talents. So talented, we can start executing at 35% HP or less, and the way Condemn works is you could execute down to mob HP of 80%, and then again, if you're talented, you could start up again at 35%. So 35% plus 20% is 55% of the fight. But the way, there's multiple adds and packs all the time, you could usually get Condemns off more than 55% of the pack pulls, as long as you tab target effectively to choose the one that's proper HP. So as you see here, I'm doing pretty good with that right now. I got a little Blade Storm that gave me a boost above the other two. And this video is going to have full commentary throughout the entire dungeon, and including bosses, and you'll just see how the Venthyr plays along the way there with this particular comp. So here we are going to target the Harvester, do a little charge and Whirlwind to get the Meat Cleaver. Want to hit that Condemn right away. I think it just faded away on me. So let's see. The Rampage procced. I want to get that to get enraged, and I got Condemn to cleave again. Go for this Harvester. I got Condemn up once again to use, and then Rampage. And then finally we're on the last boss, where I see the Condemn ready to light up, spamming it, followed up with a Rampage. And that's pretty much it. Marksman Hunter must have went ham with some cooldowns or something on that. Ooh, Wild Spirits tearing it up. So here we are on to the next pack. Charge it up, and again, got that Condemn off right away. Now I want to pummel that. Do a little Blade Storm because I am enraged. Come out of it and switch targets around. Get the Execute off, the Condemn. And switch again to get it off. And here we go. Stuff just drops. Got Condemn again. It's really quite nice. So Blade Storm was the winner on that, followed by Condemn. So here we are, almost up to the first boss already. I like this dungeon because it's only a 3-boss dungeon. It's like the Maw in Legion. It's a nice quick one. So here we are with just a basic cleave. Just getting them Condemn procs off. You see I switched to the mob that had higher HP for a second there to get Condemn off, but then I went back down to the one that was in the real execute range to start cleaving Condemns. And now we're back on this mob once again. I just got a Massacre proc on that. And again. So we got the free execute even though it wasn't in the proper range, but we're already in 35% now, so... Or, I mean, the sudden death proc gave me those free executes. Alright. So I'm looking at my cooldowns. I do have the spare meat hook as my trinket. It's proper for my name. That thing does some good damage, about 6,000-7,000 damage at this Mythic 184 eye level. It's a really good little boost for these short fights, for sure. It's a solid trinket. I usually, right now I just have it macroed to my Siege Breaker, so it just goes off every time I have a Siege Breaker, every minute and a half. So here we are, ready to fight the first boss. So you'll see there's 2 mobs here. The main boss is Ingra Melak, and then Droman is the off-ad. So really we have to hit Droman first to get him down until he starts channeling, and then we could start fighting the boss. So here we go. He's down and he's ready to do his thing. So we switch targets to Ingra. It's pretty easy to notice because Droman turns green. And then really you just go ham on the boss. Right now we got good control on this. We got Bloodlust going. So it's going down a lot faster than maybe higher keys. So now they're back up. I did do a Blade Storm, although I believe Ingra might actually reflect damage back to you if you do attack it. So you probably want to stay single target in the higher keys for this and not do any extra damage to Ingra if you don't have to, so you don't get all that damage reflected back. But here we are trying to take Droman down again until he turns green. You also want to tab target and interrupt those spirit bolts if as much as possible, really. Use your pummels. Especially when you got the little circles on the ground, you want to interrupt the spirit bolts to get Ingra out of that so you can keep on DPSing. But in this Mythic 0, things go down quick with Bloodlust, and look at that. I got a two-handed axe, Drust Lord's Great Axe, so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Right now, that's the only level 184 two-hander I have. So we'll put that aside. We'll put that aside. Maybe we'll get another one here soon. So now we're going to the Lost Woods, Legend of Zelda-esque type stuff. And this is where there's the puzzle. The puzzle was a bit confusing in Alpha Beta when we were figuring out, but, you know, it took not too long to really figure out. There has to be something to either do with the similarities or differences, and come to find out, it's about the differences. So there's going to be 4 little holograms here. Everyone can just stand up to one so we can see. And really, you just go through the mist that has the difference. What different property? So right now we have 2 flowers and 1 leaf. We go left, the one I'm on, because there's not a circle around them. So the other 3 had a ring around it. This one didn't. So this one was different because it didn't have the ring. The other 3 did. So easy enough on this one. We go through it. It's the correct one. Go to this pack, and again, I'm going to focus on getting those condemns off. Once I'm enraged, hit that Blade Storm, although I don't think I was enraged on that one, but would want to be to maximize the damage with the Mastery, especially since you see their Mastery is one of my top stats at the moment. I have all the stats right underneath my nameplate on the screen. So here we go again. We have a flower, a ring leaf, a ring flower, and I don't know what the other one is. The other one's way far back. That's a ring. So it's going to be the flower to the right here. There's no ring once again. This is an easy one. Yep, this one right here. Let's go. Easy. Sometimes it might be one that's solid and the rest are translucent, or one that's translucent, the rest are solid. Maybe 3 are leaves and 1's a flower. That kind of thing. You would pick the flower if it's 3 leaves. So you want to interrupt that nourish the forest. You don't want it to heal. And now we're in a situation where I just Piercing Howl because I was going to fear to possibly CC if anything was casting, but it didn't come up, so did the Piercing Howl for no reason whatsoever. I was anticipating something to just mass CC to interrupt real quick. So here we go again. Let's check out the puzzle. Translucent flower ring. There was a ring on that one over there. That was solid. That's a leaf with no ring. And let's see what that last one is up there. So we have 2 rings. Oh, flower. So it's the solid one. These 3 are translucent. It's that leaf right there with the ring. The leaf with the ring. See, he didn't go through the leaf with the ring. That would be the one. We got to go through the leaf with the ring because it's the only one that is solid. The rest were translucent. So it's as easy as that. If you were ever wondering how people figure this out, or an easy way to do it, that's really it. So we got to go to the left here, to the west. I think we're going to take a look again. But yeah, this is the one that I'm at right here. Would be the correct one this time. So everyone's going so we could check again. And not sure this group really quite knows what to do, so I might take the initiative here and just do it. Sometimes not being the tank or party leader, I just let them kind of roll with it, but when I feel like they don't really have a firm grasp on it, I might just do it. So it's definitely the one I'm at right here. They're still figuring it out. We got to move here sometime. Yep, he figured it out. Let's go. Come on, guys. This way. See? There we go. So I think I was unsure before then if they did know by chance, and I was just jumping the gun. but I don't think it looks like it does. So I like to target the tenders on these packs because they usually are the ones that heal. I got this little thing around me, so I think it was just dispelled. Here's a little root, but that's alright. I can still attack as long as I stay close, get a little loot, ready to mount up the invincible, and check out the next puzzle. So we have a translucent flower with a ring. There's a solid leaf. There's a solid flower with a ring. And translucent flower. So this is going to be the leaf. It's easy as that. There's 3 flowers, 1 leaf. He did not go through the one with the leaf. And I type here at this time leaf, so they know that's the one we should go in. And we should be going back and running right to that leaf. There it is. See? Alright, so this is kind of like the mini boss, so you know that you are getting really close. So at this time you want to probably save cooldowns, because you know you're coming up on the boss very shortly after this. So as you see, we just got a Condemn or 2 off on the HP. It's going to start lighting back up again once the mob gets to 35% health, so I'm just going to pop the Blade Storm here, because it should be up by the time I need it for the boss, since it's only a minute cooldown. Everyone's kind of slogging away at this one, because we know the boss is near. So let's check these out. We got Flower Ring, Flower Ring, Flower No Ring, 2 solids, and a leaf. So this one's obvious. Again, go through the leaf. 3 flowers and a leaf, and they still don't get it. They still don't get it. So this one's leaf again. So I think I might just run through the leaf on this one. There we go. Just to not waste any more time. So this should be the last pack, I think, before the boss. Again, you see me targeting the tender, because that's the one that's going to heal. I actually did decide to use my cooldowns on this. Pretty much everything gets down to Condemn Rage before you know it in this Mythic 0. But at the higher end keys, you're definitely going to want to tab target, as well as interrupt CC things to the best of your ability. So these puzzles take a long time, so honestly I'll probably have most of my cooldowns up for the boss anyways. So let's take a look. We have Solid Leaf, 2 solids with rings, Translucent Flower, and then all the way over there, what's that one far down? Oh, he just jumped right in it. Okay. Maybe he saw the Mistcaller. That would have been easy if you saw the red Mistcaller icon through the mist. So here we are, ready for this boss. This one's a pretty easy one too. And like any other boss in World of Warcraft, as you know, the events leading up to the boss usually show you some sort of mechanic of the boss itself. So this one is going to eventually spawn 4 things on the ground. You have to attack the proper one again, following those same rules we just did, to hit the odd one out. She also does that little dodgeball thing, which shows arrows on the ground. It's pretty easy to avoid. If you can't avoid that, then I don't know what to say. She does the patty cake, which the tank can interrupt, and then a guessing game. This is it. So you need to choose the incorrect one, and right now it is going to be the solid one. Because all the rest, this one's the flower. It's solid as well, but it's the flower, the rest are leaves. So this is why I jumped on that one. We took that down fast. We're back on Mistcaller. Little patty cake, the tank can interrupt. Dodgeball, just don't stand in the way of the balls. And then freeze tag. She spawns a little, there it is, a little Vulpin that I think I'm going to get hit with. But really, just don't touch it. Don't be near it if it dies, and you won't freeze. Otherwise, it will freeze you. If it touches you, it will freeze you. Or if it dies, it also bursts and freezes you. I just went up and whirlwinded it, and I got stunned. So, there it is right there. Here we go, the game again. So this time we're getting on the leaf, because it's the only leaf here. The rest are flowers. So here we go. Little Blade Storm. Why not get the cleave since the boss is right there? Bam, it's done. And back at it. It's really rinse and repeat the same mechanics. Freeze tag. Stay away from the illusionary Vulpin. What I like to do is Piercing Howl to slow it. Either for myself or for a party member. Again, I don't know what happened. Someone touched it or something. And it does a little AoE to freeze anyone within a certain radius. So that's what happened there. But like I said, I like to Piercing Howl to slow it down. If I am targeted by it, I like it to chase me out. When I get towards the edge, I Piercing Howl and leap back to the boss. And usually it disappears by the time it has to reach me. So here we go. We got the solid one right here. This is the only solid icon. The rest are clear, translucent. So now the healer died. So we need to take this out. We need to sustain. It looks like the tank died as well. So there we go. Luckily the boss was low enough. I popped in rage regeneration. I was getting ready to heal up with bloodthirst, and I might have had a victory rush, but we got it. So all is well on that. Look at the damage charts. I was on the top for that one, surprisingly. All right. Looks like that little icon's unaligned for that conduit. Alright, so now we just jump down here, fight a few of these grubby packs, and then we're on to the final boss, Tredova. So with these, I think you want to target the Staghorn, or at least keep an eye on the Staghorn, because they do something you want to interrupt here. There it is, the Stimulate Resistance. So I got the Rage up, I decided to do a little Blade Storm. Now we're just going to simply cleave off. We got Condemn up. A little Meat Cleaver. Bam. Easy enough. Easy enough. So only a few packs away. Going this way. So let's see. Who am I going to target? On the Gorger right now. Getting that Condemn off. Keep the AoE Meat Cleaver. 2 attacks. Meat Cleaver, 2 attacks. Everything's kind of going down at the same time, so that makes it real easy just to continue on with the same priority. Meat Cleaver, 2 attacks, you know? There we go. Now we got 2 adds in, two little Reavers. So we're going to get to Condemn range here right now. Can we get one more off? Ooh, died so fast, but we did get it off at the end. All right. So it should be only 1-2 pulls away, and then we get to do the final boss. Alright, we want to get that Enrage up with the Rampage, get the Meat Cleaver up, do the Condemn. Should have pummeled that, didn't it? But you see what happens when you do miss the pummel. It puts a little shield on everyone. Got blasted away there on that. Well, we're getting the Condemns off. Rampages, Condemn. And just like that. So as you notice, in this Mythic 0, we're hitting Condemn quite a lot. So I'm really excited to see in raids with multiple adds or higher level Mythic plus keys exactly how the Condemn works. Things are going to be a little bit more beefier, and TAM targeting will probably be a little bit more important. So here's a pretty good sized pack, but again, it's the same kind of stuff. Just interrupt that. Small stuff dies really fast. You want to get out of that acid. And just repeat the process. I switched to the one that was low to get a Condemn off. And now we're just going to finish this one off. Alright. So we got the cooldowns here. Everything should be great for the boss. Looks like we got Lust up as well. So shouldn't take very long to down this boss. Here we go. Little Lust. So what I've been doing, I haven't really um, tried otherwise because stuff kind of is menial at the moment. But I usually just charge, Recklessness, Siegebreaker, my Trinket, and then I just hit a Condemn right away to get the cooldown going and to get the first one off. I know you could probably hit Rampage and Enrage first, but we'll see when we get to the higher levels when stuff takes a little bit longer to die to really optimize the priority list on the initial pull. But yeah, for this boss, you just want to stay out of swirlies, kill these larvas when they spawn, and stay out of swirlies some more. His consumption you want to interrupt when it becomes interruptible, and then rinse and repeat. The only other mechanic here is if you have a Void Beam with you and other players. I think in Mythic it's 3 players. Yeah, Mind Link right there. Just move away. So I'll do a little leap, help break my end of it. I may as well get to this larva and attack it on my way. But then really, the larvas aren't too much of a threat right now in this level of Mythic, but probably Mythic Plus you're going to really want to get them down really quick. Again, we got a little Mind Link, so why not charge over here to break it to the larva. So I really want to get back on the boss itself, so I'm just going to drag it with me and just, let it hit me. It's not really doing too much damage. And everyone's looking like they're down, so I might rally and shout here. Or, no, I didn't. It died before I even had to. So there we go. Rampage was the top dog on that fight for me. Let's see what we get. Oh, a one-hander. So we got 2 weapons this run. A 2-hander and a 1-hander. That is beautiful. So I think what I'm going to be doing is equipping 2 1-handers with that, because I have another one, I believe. I believe what I'm using this run is Single-Minded Fury. I have a 184 one-hander and a 171 one-hander, I think. So we'll slap that one on, get it enchanted. That was a good GG. Let's go ahead, leave the group, and just do a little recap here. So that was really it. That was the Mists of Tirna Scithe as a Venthyr Fury Warrior at the Mythic 0 difficulty. Probably won't be seeing too many regular Mythic 0 difficulty videos from this point forward because we are at the end of the 2nd week. And maybe started the 3rd week by the time you see this video of the Shadowlands expansion. So let's take a look at the damage done. Rampage is on top, but actually Condemn is probably on top because it splits up main hand and offhand damage. So Condemn is the top damage dealer when you combine the two. Yep, for sure. It's like 23-24%. Followed by Rampage, Bladestorm, of course, and so forth. My Bloodthirst is above my Raging Blow because I don't have Cruelty. I went with Frothing Berserker as my talent. So yeah, that's it. At the overall, I was tied with 3,000 DPS with the Marksman Hunter. I did much more than the Subtlety Rogue. I'd say this group on average was, they were a decent group. Probably could have performed a lot better because usually the Marksman Hunter or Rogues would be more competitive or even higher at this stage. But you know what? We did good with the Condemn. Made some mistakes along the way, but that's all right. We're just getting rolling with the stuff. And that's it. So I got some nice weapons, and that was the run. So that was fun. Been doing a lot of Mythic Plus grinding. We'll continue to do a lot of Mythic Plus grinding, PvP, a lot of Torghast, hide layers, and other things. Been playing Fury Warrior for a long time, so I'm glad if you stuck with me. If you enjoyed the content and you want to see more, why don't you subscribe and smash that bell for notifications when I do make more World of Warcraft videos. But until next time, have fun and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.